Hi, and welcome to a guided example for how to use your new Influent WR-43 spreadsheet. This has been developed using a test facility with made-up numbers for loading to help you all get used to using this for your own facilities. Now we're going to enter data for a test month. I will show you all how to save it, and we will proceed forward. You will need to enter the flow values for every day of the month that you have flow. You will enter the values that you get for each individual constituent. As you can see, some fields do need to be filled in manually. Ones in that magenta color are auto-calculated. Ones in that bluish purple need to be filled in. We have on this one an example of BOD, TSS, and phosphorus loading, which are just calculating how much influent phosphorus, TSS, and BOD is coming in. At the end of each month, you will save your average values and total flow here, and then move on forward. The key is to do all this step by step, starting at the top and then changing the month and entering new values. So as long as you kind of go through bit by bit, this all makes sense. Here's us doing April together. So I erase my old data after changing the month from March to April. Then I'm just going to put in some numbers. Right now you can see me pausing to kind of think up some good flow values that I could use for this facility. It's April, so that's a 30-day month. So I'm going to just be filling in, things that make sense for April flow for a 0.55 MGD plant. These have, the exact nature here doesn't really matter. It's more I don't want to throw anything crazy high or very low in to make it more representative and more helpful. So here we are. I'm just filling in these. You'll be doing this hopefully on a day-by-day or maybe weekly basis. You're not going to sit down and fill in every month at a time, every day at the same time. If you decide you want to, that is perfectly okay. But I always like to spread work out over the time period as much as possible. So here we're coming down to the end of the month. Once those flow values are full, I will then go and start filling in my conventional pollutants. In this case, conventional sampling for influent is BOD and TSS. Some people do others. Some facilities will sample a number of other constituents. We're just doing BOD, TSS, and total phosphorus, TP here. Some of these will vary, but again, I've looked at examples of Vermont facilities to come up with ballpark figures. No real facility data has been used. Of course, I would not want to use another facility instead of this made-up test facility. Now here I am. I'm doing a 2-sample month. You might have more, in which case you have a more accurate representation of your averages day to day throughout the month. But some facilities will do once a month, some facilities will do twice, etc., depending on their permit requirements and also the individual operators. I know some of you like to have more data, some are happy with simply the permit required sampling. Alright, bear with the video here as I am voicing over a manual fill out, and I can talk faster than I can type. Now we're going to go into BOD. It has auto-filled because everything except the calculated fields, we need to manually fill in the flow, the number of days with flow for April. I'm just going here and I'm double checking that my values have carried over. It's an Excel spreadsheet, but as always with any reporting software, you want to make sure that it's carried it through correctly. You want to make sure there aren't any errors. Now I'm going to take the values from the BOD, page, the BOD loading page, and move them to the year's Influent loading and fill in for April. And I will do the same for TSS and phosphorus. This process is meant to be completed very linearly. Start at the month, go through. Ideally, you do the start of the year. You take January, fill in January, move it to year's Influent loading, proceed through, making sure that you are saving as you go and filling in that data month by month. It's much easier to fill it in in a progressive way than it is to try to kind of backfill it all at once. Once you have all this entered, you'd save and close, and you're done for that month. You are also welcome to you can save individual files for each month or however you would like to handle it. Please feel free to talk to me if